Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my living room. So we're gonna sit and do a little chit chat tonight. Many of you were definitely interested in my basic budgets for broke people. And we will be doing that in probably the next 2 or 3 videos. Reason being, let me show you a picture. Okay, yep, that's the hubsters right now. So he's a little tied up, a little wired up, feeling a little uncomfortable, not in pain or anything, but the way it's all, he said it's very distracting. It's hard for him to focus. So I want him to join me on that video, and I don't want to leave him out. So until he's got a couple of day EEG going on for his epilepsy, so once that's off, his all the wires are off and all that, we'll give him a good hot shower, and then we'll get him on this video, and we're going to be talking about that budget. Now, I will tell you right up front, I'm not an accountant. I don't have a degree in it. I'm not a professional. But I can tell you this. A lot of times, it's not the degree that you have in something, it's the practicality that you have in it. And I have 30 plus years of marriage, raising 2 kids, now taking care of my parents as well. We have been through bumps and bruises with budgeting, what works, what doesn't work, and all that. So I'm going to share all that with you. I'll share a little bit of our testimony with you on that, and we'll tell you what has worked for us. And I just hope and trust that that'll just give you some insight on how you can do it. And I'm excited. I'm excited because I feel like I can help somebody. I love helping people. I love when I get tips and tricks from other people. So tonight, I've been working on my stockpile. I had cleaned it out a few videos ago. You saw me empty out my stockpile, thinned it out, cleaned it out, downsized it in the sense, got rid of the things I don't use, decided what will I really use. Now, it's only August, and you think, oh, I got plenty of time before the dead of winter comes. But if you're like me, you don't have tons of money all in one shot. And I talked about spending $5 a week to update your stockpile or to even start a stockpile. If you missed that video, check that out, how to start a stockpile on $5 a week. So tonight what we're going to talk about are 10 money-saving food tips. And you think, well, of course, you just buy what's on sale. It's not, yes, absolutely, you buy what's on sale. But I've got some other ideas that I know work for me, and I'm going to share them with you. But before I forget, I had a couple of you ask me what shade lipstick I was wearing the other night, and I'm wearing it again tonight. And if you're anything like me, when I ask you what shade, I want to know details because I want to buy it. So this is a random one. I don't even know where I got it, but I wanted you to see this is the coloring and the packaging. And on the very top, it's the letter E. Like if you get on Internet Explorer on your computer, the way the E is, that's exactly what the E is. It's embossed on here. And the color is quite pretty. I really like it. And it says on the bottom, 03 is the number. And it says E, matte, matte, matte. And the name, if I can remember correctly, let me take my glasses off and see if I can read this. I put that on somebody's comment. It's called 03 Wow Effect. And I guess that's the name of the company because that's all that's on here. That's all I can find for you. But I don't, some of you might know, maybe that's a brand name. I don't know. I don't know where I got it, but anyway, wanted to share that with you in case you want to check it out. So, let me tell you 2 other things real quick too. I'm really excited. We are going through a lot right now. I don't share everything on YouTube. I share quite a bit, but I don't share everything. So hubby's going through stuff. My dad's going through some stuff. Update on my dad as much as I can. I feel comfortable sharing without invading any privacy for my parents. My dad is the best he's probably going to get, at least at this point. We are now trying to see what the next steps will be. What's the best for my dad, what's the best for my mom, and what do we need to do, and so on. So there's layers to that. There's layers to what's going on with my husband, and we've got some stuff going on with our older 2 kids. Nothing bad, just, you know, life stuff, life transitions, a death in the family that we had last week. We're still working through that and what's best in that situation. There's layers to that. We've had some incidences in our home that we're fine, we're good, but we did have to get the local authorities involved with to do some investigative work, so we're working through that. There's been a ton of stuff going on. In addition to that, I have to live life, go to work, cook food, take care of a dog, and run a household, and still go to work every day and smile and greet people and do my job. So with all that going on, a lot of our local friends know what's happening, and I had one local friend leave me a text message, check your back door out, I left you dinner for tonight. So check out these pictures. Yep, she left me a box, and there was chicken parm, homemade. There was homemade baked ziti. There was salad. There was bread. There was chocolate chip cookies for dessert. My favorite salad dressing, which is creamy Caesar. And what else did she give us? Grape watermelon, a jug of sauce. And the salad was a container of organic greens. And then in individual bags, she had sliced up cucumbers, sliced up peppers, shredded carrots, and tomatoes. And she put them individually because not everybody likes everything. She went out of her way. So Laura, if you're watching this, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was on the door with a beautiful card. And that was yesterday, right? Yesterday. And then today, I'm sitting here having breakfast. My avocado toast, I had that. If you saw my haul last night, I had my avocado toast, finishing up my coffee. And I looked down on my phone and look what I saw. So I had to go to the back door, and what did I find? A card. Yep, I got a beautiful card from a good friend, and I got a Dunkin' Donuts gift card, which we used today. So Karen, if you're watching this video, I thank you ever so much. We actually used it after Graeme got his EEG. We got some treats, some coffee, and some donuts, and we were able to just have a moment and enjoy that. We thank you for that. And you know, it's amazing how a little touch of something like that can just brighten your entire day. So if you know of someone that's going through some pretty rough stuff, you know, maybe think of something that you can do for them as well. What a neat thing to see on your phone. Check your back door twice. That was really cool. So thanks so much. Okay, so let's talk about some money saving tips. I am getting ready right now to update my stockpile. So I cleaned it out, I thinned it out, I reorganized it and all that good stuff. But now is the time to start looking for things to fill up the stockpile for the future months. Number one, I just need to fill it up because it's just, that's what you do, right? You fill up your stockpile. And then number two is winter's gonna be coming, power outages, all that kind of good stuff. You know, all the reasons that we talked about, I'm not gonna go into those again, why I should have a stockpile and why I should revamp it. But in doing so, and not only buying my stockpile, but buying my everyday foods, what are some tips that I use to help me stay on budget? Okay, one is be organized. I'll raise my hand. I'm organized in some areas of my life. If you open most of my cabinets are very meticulously organized, extremely. But then there's other areas of my life you look and you think, who lives in this house? It's just kind of funny. You have people that are organized, that their living room is meticulously clean and neat, but don't ever open their cabinets. I'm kind of the opposite, where we live in the house, but my cabinets are neat. But when you're not organized, and I have found this, you don't know what you have. You just downright don't know what you have. Either things are piled in the closet, you don't have them written down, or you have them in too many places, which is one of the things that I have found. Maybe I'll have salad dressing in this cabinet, and I have salad dressing in the stockpile, and salad dressing over there, or whatever. And then you realize, oh, I have 10 bottles of this stuff, and then, oh no, 3 of them have expired, and so you're wasting money. Number 2 is you must have a stockpile. In order to save money on food, you have to be organized. In order to save money on food, you must have a stockpile. I don't care if you have not one thing in your stockpile tonight, then you make that decision that on Friday when you get paid, you're taking $1, you're taking $5, whatever the case is, and you are going to start a stockpile. Number 3, shop expiration dates. Now, I know everybody has a different version of this. I know people that if the expiration date is today, tomorrow that item is in the garbage, plain and simple. I know people that if the expiration date is today, 3 years from now, they couldn't care less. I'm not like that. I'm somewhere in the middle. Depending on what the product is, I will go past the expiration date. Let me explain what I mean by shopping expiration dates. So yesterday, I went to Walmart. I needed to buy stuff. So I got chicken dipping sauce, and I showed you that. And now, knowing my son, these will be done in, I got, what did I get, 6 of these? So this will probably last like 3 weeks, maybe?
Yep.
How long does that last?
Yeah, about three weeks.
About 3 weeks. Okay, so let's say in 3 to 4 months, 6 months, we'll stretch it. In 6 months, these will be gone and I'll need to buy more. So I looked and they had a bunch of them, and I went, and the first one I pulled where the expiration date was January 2022. So what is this? So let's forget August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So February would be about 6 months. So if it expires in January, I'm kind of like right there if I had it, if I don't need to use it. So I went through all the bottles that were on the shelf, and 5 of them expired August of 2022. So that's a year from now. This one happens to be March of 2022. So this will be the first one that I use. And the rest I have a year on, which is great because I know I'll use them up before that year. But do you see what I'm saying? Shop the expiration dates. If you're getting canned goods, bottled goods, box goods, you know, not fresh things, obviously you know what you have to do with that. But if you're buying things that you're going to put in your stockpile, you want to take the few moments and look through all the expiration dates. Don't just grab the first can on the shelf. Look at the expiration dates so you know that they're going to last as long as possible and you're going to get the most shelf life out of it, because you don't want to be looking at things and going, oh my goodness, half of my stockpile has expired, and then maybe you might have to throw some of that food out, and that's a waste of money. Okay, another food money saving tip: shop clearance. Like anything else, shop the clearance. Go and look for boxes that were dented, and you know, they mark them down. Look for things. Know your prices though. Know your prices, because I have looked at things that are on the clearance and the box is dented, and the products say it's $1 normally, and it's 98 cents on clearance. Okay, 2 cents to me is not worth getting, but look at the clearance, because sometimes you can really do well with that. Swap food. Save money by swapping food. What do I mean by swapping food? I have a network of people that I've built, a network around me of people that we swap food with each other. So my one friend goes to the food banks and she gives me food that she doesn't want. Well, that's great, because sometimes I have bags of stuff and I'll say, hey, can you use this? And maybe I'm cleaning out my stockpile and I have things that I just know I wouldn't use. Oh yeah, I'll take that. And sometimes she'll give me cereal and things that I can't use, but I have a friend that can use that. But then they might say, hey, I just bought this coffee and I really don't like it. Can you use it? So we have a network of people that we will swap food with them. Another thing is plan ahead. So how do you plan ahead for food? You plan ahead like birthdays, holidays, things like that. So when things go on sale, or you have a few extra dollars, you can save yourself the money so that when Christmas comes, or Thanksgiving, or birthdays, or whatever the holiday is, 4th of July, all this stuff, You're not scrounging that week and having to spend all this money. You want to be able to plan ahead, think ahead, and maybe again get things on sale, maybe getting things in a swap or whatever the case might be, that you can plan ahead and not be spending all that money in one lump sum. Another tip, number 7, is bake and don't buy. Easier said than done. I get it. I know when you work full time, you're like, really, Lynn, you want me to bake a banana bread? I can just go to the local food store and buy a loaf of banana bread. Yes, you can. But usually, not always, usually, making homemade is a whole lot cheaper. So when you can go homemade, try going homemade. First of all, you know what's in it. It tastes so much better. Everybody goes, oh, homemade, oh, it's so good. It is nice to buy, certain things in the bakery department of the grocery store. I get that. Cupcakes, pre-done, all that. Sometimes it's the sanity of saving on your sanity, not so much saving on the money. You need to buy pre-made cupcakes. I get that too. But you know what? Kind of try and balance it out a little bit and start making some homemade when you can. I'm sure these are not rocket science tips that you've never heard of, but sometimes hearing it from somebody else kind of refreshes your brain of, I need to get back on the stick with this stuff. Okay, get your BOGOs. Buy one, get one free. The other day we went shopping and they had buy one, get 2 free. Now that's a pretty good deal. So now you have 3 items. One can go in the freezer or the stockpile. One you can use, and the other one, maybe you can swap with somebody and say, hey, I have an extra bag of English muffins I just got. Can you use that? You got anything you're looking to get rid of? Now these are people that I know well, and we share food. So it's not like I'm going to a neighbor and saying, hey, I got a loaf of bread. You want to swap something with me? That looks kind of a little weird, but these are people that, I've built a relationship with, and we're okay with that with each other. But anytime, buy one, get one free. Again, know your prices, because you don't want to be going and saying, wait a minute, that was cheaper last week when I just bought one. Now I'm getting buy one, get one free, but they've raised the price. So be careful on that as well. But whenever you can do that as a good deal, it's worth it. Okay, last 2, number 9, shop the outside aisles. So if you're broke this week and you don't have a whole lot of money and you've got to be really frugal and you've got to limit what you're buying, shop the outside aisles. Most stores, you're either walking in on the dairy side or you're walking in on the produce side. Doesn't matter which one. But if I go down to the right-hand side, it's produce. Then I go along the back wall, it's meats. Then I go on the left side of the store, it's eggs, it's butter, it's all the dairy, all that type of thing. And that's it. You're done. You don't need to do anything else. Don't hit the middle aisles. The Coke, the chips, the snacks, the convenient foods of frozen dinners. And yes, they're convenient. They're for sanity, money-saving sanity tips. But to buy a tray of lasagna is a lot more money than making it homemade. All those things down the middle aisles you probably could avoid. Listen, we're talking this week, money's tight. I'm not talking forever. But if this week money is tight, you get your produce, you get your meats, you get your dairy, and you get out of there. Be in good shape. My last one, number 10, is shop at one store. I know a lot of people will hop stores. I've tried that, and it can work, but for me it really doesn't, and I'll tell you why. Because I'll go in and in this store, unless you're super diligent, but in this store, the grapes are on sale and the apples are on sale. But then when I go in the store, the grapes and the apples are on sale, but boy, those cantaloupes look really good. That cake over there looks excellent. And while I'm here, maybe I should just pick up a milk. Oh, I see eggs are on sale. And by the time you come out of there, you have 20 items and you went in for 2. Now, will you use those 20 items? Yeah, I'm sure you will. But was that in the budget? kind of gauge, but if I went in one store, I'm going to get everything I need in that store and be done with it. You got to decide. You got to decide. To me, it's not worth the gas. It's not worth my time. It's just not. That's one of the reasons I like having home delivery, because I go online and I boom, 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 pick what I want, hit checkout, that's it, it's done, it's over, and I can't be throwing anything else in the cart. So, 10 money-saving tips. Be organized, have a stockpile, shop by expiration dates, shop the clearance, swap food, plan ahead for holidays and birthdays, don't buy things, bake things, do the buy one, get one free and the buy one, get two free, shop the outside aisles, and shop one store. So that's my 10 tips on money-saving tips for food shopping. And I would love to hear from you guys. What are some tips that you use when you go food shopping to help you save money? Leave it down below in the comments. Let's get a thread of conversation going with each other. Let's help each other out. We're all in this together. Every one of us have to eat food. One of us has to spend money on food. Why not share our tips together? Things that you've learned over your time of building a home, building a stockpile, and all those things. I'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you so much for coming over. Thanks to my new subscribers. It's great having you along. Thank you all for such nice comments. I love having you in my home. And thanks so much for inviting me in your home today. We'll catch you on the next video.